Hey everybody, in today's lesson we're back to open D tuning, and I'm going to be showing you various ways to make seventh chords in open D tuning. So I've got this broken down into three main groupings, so three main groups of ways to make seventh chords. The first group is going to be straight bar, no slants and no benders, right? And all these are going to be in closed position too, meaning it's real easy to move this. Closed position means we're not using open strings, right? So all these are going to be based out of the key of A, which in open D tuning is going to be on your 7th fret. Okay, so like I said, the first grouping is going to be straight bar, no slants. And then I'll be showing you how to make 7th chords using slants. And then I'll show you how to make 7th chords using benders. And all these are going to be A to A7 chords. And you might see, if you got the tablature, which this one does come with tablature, and you see those first two bars, you see where it says A to A9. A9 is just a substitute for an A7th chord, so I'll just keep it there. I don't want to go too deep into the music theory of it, but just always remember that A9 can substitute, 9th chords can substitute for 7th chords. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on into this straight bar, no slants. So one really easy way is if we're in the key of A or have an A major chord here, 7th fret, if you grab your 3rd string and 1st string and just simply bring that down 2 frets, right? You're bringing the C sharp note, the major 3rd of our A, down 2 frets, and that's what gives you that 9th, right? And then you bring the root down 2 frets to give you your 7th. Okay, and just remember that what a dominant 7th chord is, or just a chord with a big 7 after it, is just the triad. So in this case A, we've got A, C sharp, E, and instead of another root, right, we go down a whole step and we have that flatted 7th, they call it, right? So it's a major triad, A, C sharp, E, and then we get the flatted 7th there. Right, and what are these good for? This is great for blues. 7th chords are normally 5 chords in keys, or 7th chords. Also, a lot of times the 1 chord before it goes to the 4 chord in country and folk music, it'll turn into a 7th chord and then go to the 4 chord. So different ways. Like that 7th chords, you see them all over the place. It's a great way to add some bluesy playing to your bluesy sound to your playing. Okay, so just taking that 3rd string, 1st string, and moving that back 2 frets. Simple enough, right? Now, if we drop the root note, drop the A to our 4th string, then we have the notes A and C sharp, right? Move that back, then that A, there's your flat 7 of the A, and then we get that note there, which is B, a B note. Remember, that's the 9th of our chord. Just dominant 9ths. You have the flat 7, and then you have the 9th there. Okay, some other ways here. Straight, keep in mind, these are all straight bar chords starting off. We have 7th fret, 3rd string, 2nd string. Then we're just going to slide that up 3 frets, not counting the fret you're on. So a minor 3rd, they call it. So from 7th fret, 3rd string, 2nd string, right, up to 10th fret. Now you might say, well, what notes are those? Well, you're moving from a C sharp to an E, the major 3rd and the 5th of our chord. And then that E basically goes to your 3rd string now. And then we get a G, so an E and a G, which would be the 5th and the flat 7 of that A7 chord. Okay, another way is 5th string, 3rd string, 7th fret, sliding that up to 10th fret. Now that's an E note and a C sharp note, right? The 5th and the major 3rd of an A major triad. Then we're moving that up to a G note, right there on 5th string, 10th fret, and then an E note, so G and E, flat 7 and the 5th. Okay, so let's review over those straight bar, no slants, right? We have that way to make an A9 chord, substitute for an A7. And then, so that would be 3rd string, 1st string, back 2 frets, and then 4th string, 3rd string. back 2 frets. And now we're going to take that 3rd string 2nd string and move it up 3 frets to 10th fret. And we take the 5th string 3rd string and move that up 3 frets. Okay, so now let's start incorporating slants into this. Still no benders yet. That'll be the 3rd way, right? So we can do this, right, where we take 2nd string 1st string, 7th fret, and we're just sliding that up to 10th fret, 11th fret. You might say, well, what notes, how does that work? Well, that's because this 10th fret 2nd string is a G note. There's my flat 7. 1st string 11th fret is a C sharp note. That's my major 3rd, my A7 chord. Okay, now we're going to take those same strings, 7th fret, 2nd string, 1st string, and what we're going to do is we're going to move it back now. We're going to move it back to the 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret, 2nd string, 5th fret, 1st string. For that forward slant, that gives us the notes C sharp and G. The major 3rd, and then the flat 7. Okay, and then we've got this way. So both those were what's called forward slants, meaning your bar is kind of rotating clockwise like that. Now we're going to go, this one will be a reverse slant, 4th string, 2nd string, 7th fret. We're sliding it up to 11th fret, 4th string, 10th fret, 2nd string. So there's our A chord. There's our A7 chord.